Time markers. Every day feels the same. I looked up and it was dark. I forget what day it is all the time. I feel like I'm living in front of a screen. My body feels like it's seizing up. Sound familiar? These are just some of the concerns people are sharing with me on an increasingly frequent basis. Yes, I've had days when I can tick all of those off too, and maybe you have as well. Over the next few weeks, I'll be focusing on life in yet another lockdown and how the small adjustments you make can have the biggest positive impact on your mental health. As many more people are realising, we all have mental health, and we really do need to look after it. Time feels different somehow, but it isn't that time has changed, but the things we used to do with it. We often talk about needing more time, or having more time, as it felt for some of us last summer. Of course, we all have the same time, those 24 golden hours, and it's about what we do with them. This shift in our feeling about time made me think about what I call time markers, those different elements of our day which serve as touch points. They somehow gave us a sense of moving forwards, certainty, motivation, achievement. So the early morning alarm, your getting ready routine, the commute to work, those random morning hellos in the office kitchen, all the meetings, the lunchtime walks with colleagues, the after-work visits to the gym, family and friends' homes, bars, restaurants, the evening routine to be ready for work the next day. Now, I'm not saying they were all great, but when something this significant changes, it creates a psychological wave which we don't notice at first. It may have felt like a novelty initially, for some people, though clearly not all, whereas now those feelings have worn off and we're faced with the reality of home working, homeschooling, and those time markers being significantly different. I'm not saying we need to manufacture loads more, but what we do need to do is create some that give us that sense of moving forwards, certainty, motivation, achievement. So what can we do? Here are just some of the markers I've been helping people to create and bringing into my own life too. Make your working days feel like working days. To avoid every day feeling the same, do things you only do on work days. For example, get up a bit earlier, have something in particular for breakfast, wear a top, an outfit you associate with work, start at the same time if you can, stop for that morning coffee, have a lunch break booked in your diary, finish at the same time. You are creating important markers you associate with working days. Be firm with yourself about how long you spend on a piece of work. Create a realistic block of time, put it in your diary, and stick to it. Otherwise, we can end up spending far too long on one thing and everything else backs up. If you need more time, book it in and plan it properly. Or maybe you're saying yes too much and booking back-to-back meetings, so the day is awash with screen time or phone calls. And because what else would you be doing as you're working from home? Working flexibly is important, but there's a difference between flexibility, paying attention to when you have breaks, and having no plan. Understand the connection traps. As humans, we're social animals, and our freedom to get together with people has dramatically reduced. So we instinctively seek connections in other ways, such as through our email or on social media platforms. We might find ourselves on all the time and jumping to respond as soon as we see something incoming. I'm not saying don't be responsive. However, when you do this all the time, who's in control? Technology has enabled so much for us all in lockdown. However, we must be conscious it's too easy to lose huge chunks of time. Where we have fewer markers in our days, it's just about creating some definition and being more mindful about how we use our golden 24 hours. I hope you found that helpful, and I'll be back with some more small adjustments you could make for a positive impact on your mental health.